Okay, before we get into this video, I just want to let you guys know that this manga that I'll be talking to you guys about is a manga that focuses on very, very heavy themes, such as obsession, such as depression and suicidal thoughts, and much more, right? This is not a manga like psychological, this is a manga that is not for everyone. If you guys can't handle stories like this, stories that focus on depression, stories that focus on suicidal thoughts, and even if you have depression, if you have ever had any suicidal thoughts, just don't read this manga. Don't read this manga. I do not recommend this manga. I'm doing this review to let you, yes, you, the watcher, the person who's watching this video, who might want to pick up this manga, I'm telling you to not do that. Don't pick up this manga. Don't read this manga, because this manga is not for everyone, and this is a manga where you have to be strong. You have to be able to handle what happens in each and every chapter of this manga, because this manga is very psychological, and if you can't handle this manga, it's a very realistic manga that I do not recommend to anyone. I don't recommend this manga to anyone, because this is a very, 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 very realistic manga, right? Where we're focused on real emotions, real themes, right? Things that can happen to people once they hit the low point, once they hit the ground, and they don't have any more options, right? Which is why I'm telling you, don't read this manga. If you have depression, if you haven't ever had any suicidal thoughts, go and ask help. Okay, go and ask for help. Just get help. Okay, but yeah, I have warned you, right? I know that some of you guys are gonna want to read this manga. I know, because I was the same. But like, if anyone tells me not to read this, I end up reading it. Right? I always end up reading it. But yeah, like, just don't. Like, this is definitely a manga that I am telling you, don't read this manga for your sake, right? If the sake of you guys, don't read this manga. I'm doing this review, let you guys know what this manga is about, so you guys don't have to go through what I had to go through reading this manga, right? But yeah, I've already warned you. If you guys want to read this manga, go ahead. I've already told you not to, but hey, it's your choice, right? Not mine. It's your choice. It's your choice if you still want to read this manga, anyways. But Boys Abyss. Honestly, this manga, like I said, this manga focuses on very, very heavy themes, right? Especially the main character. What he goes through in this manga, it's very depressing. It's very depressing, and it makes you think, like, what would you do if you were in his situation, right? He is a very smart student. He is someone who can achieve great things, right? You get told this in the beginning, the moment we get introduced to him, right? His teacher praising him, being like, you should definitely get out of this town. You're definitely gonna succeed if you get out of this town. Like you're gonna be very successful. Like, with these grades, you can do so many things, right? But then you get to see his internal thoughts. You get to see what actually happens to the main character behind the scenes. See, in school, he is, the smartest person in school. He's doing great. But he doesn't, like, every single time the teacher says, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to leave town? If you're going to leave town, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And you get to see his reasoning. You get to see the reason why he said, I don't know. And the reason is because he has so many things tied to this town. His mother, she needs his help, right? His mother, he needs to take care of his mother, right? He needs to take care of his brother, which is a shonen. He stays at home all day. He doesn't really get out, and he doesn't really do much. He just stays in his room all the time, And because of this, our main character, because of this, his mother says, look, once you finish school, you have to help the family, you have to help us out, like, we can't do this without you, like, if you leave, we're screwed, we're screwed. And this which makes the main character, of course, stay in town, right? Him not having an option, right? His only option is to stay in town, right? And help out his family. His dreams are crushed the moment he finishes school because he has to take care of his family. But there's another thing that ties him down. His friend. He has debts to his friend, right? He has debt that he has to pay. If he doesn't pay, he can't leave town, right? As his best friend he is in some organization. He's in a really bad situation as well, right? His best friend, throughout the story, you get to see the best friend, him try to help him out. Even though he has a debt, he tries to help the main character out. But of course, the main character doesn't see that because he sees his friend as the enemy, as someone who's tying him down to this town as well. His best friend is like, look, you're gonna stay in this town. I'll help you out wherever you need. But you're gonna stay in this town and you ain't gonna pay my debt. Okay? You're gonna not leave this town. Okay? You can't leave this town until you pay the debt. Right? And this is another thing that ties the main character down, right? He's always tied down to this town. And when he meets the main character, he has a way out. He has a way out, a way to leave this town. But the way for him to leave this town is to end it all. And that is the thing that, really messes up for you, right? You get to see the main character's journey, right? You get to see the things that tie him down, which that's already bad enough. But because it's so dire, he's in a dire situation, he has no way out, right? He has no way out except for suicidal thoughts, right? And like I said, this manga, every time I read a chapter, I need to stop. I need to wait a while before I can pick up this manga again to read the next chapter, right? Because this manga just, it's very hard. It's a manga that I am caught up to date with the latest chapters, but it's also a manga that takes me a while to catch up because, with every ending of each chapter, your mind goes like, oh my god, what did I just read? No, this is scary, this is spooky, oh my god, she's obsessed, oh my god, don't do that, oh my god, every single chapter, I always have either a different emotion or just start thinking about stuff. I just start thinking about a lot of stuff, what would I do if I was in the main character's situation? What would I do? And then you get to see the other characters, the best friend helping the main character out, right? Trying to be somewhat of a friend, but also you get to see his obsessive side with the main character, right? He doesn't want him to leave. He doesn't want him to leave town. And then you get to see the teacher as well. So you get to find out that, she might be happy in school, but no, she has so many things, she has so many responsibilities that she is doing a job that she doesn't like, right? You look at the mother of the main character, when you find out what she does to get money, oh my god, that is just, you never expect that. You never expect what these characters do, right? And the other characters, the main female character and the supposed husband, right? Supposed husband. What they do, they mess up with with our characters. They mess up with their minds. They do so much stuff, but then you get to find out backstory behind them, and you're like, this is so real. I understand. Oh my god, I thought that this guy was evil. But no, he's not evil, he's actually a good guy. That person is the evil one. But no, wait, but no, there's a backstory behind that person. Like, oh, like, should I care about this person? Should not care about this person. Like, every single character just makes me feel sorry for them and makes me understand what they are going through, right? Like, this is a manga that is very hard for me to talk about. It is a very hard manga for me to talk about, but I'm talking about it right now. I honestly don't know why I'm talking about it right now. I think I'm talking about this because I want to let my feelings out about this manga. I want to let out my feelings and also to let you guys know what this manga is about and let you guys know that you guys should not read this manga. Like, just thinking about it just makes me stressed. Just thinking about this manga just makes me stress. And like, this is a good manga to read for me, right? For me, it's a good manga to read because I've always liked manga and series that makes you think, what would you do if you were in the main character situation? What would you do if you were in this character situation, right? Would you do the same things that the main character did? Would you do the same things that these characters are doing? Like I've always liked stories like this, psychological ones. Like it makes you think, right? But I definitely do not recommend these types of series to anybody, right? I don't recommend this series to anyone. But yeah, like Boys Abyss, the word abyss is very literal, as like the characters just keep on falling deeper and deeper and deeper into the abyss. And I think that the manga is ending soon. It definitely looks like the manga is ending soon, and in a way, I'm excited to see how the story ends, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to know. I kind of just want to stop reading this manga, but because of how each chapter ends off, it always makes me want to go back after a while, after I've calmed down, after what I just went through that chapter, after thinking about everything, like, oh, why? What would you do? Like, what would I do in that situation? After I have all these thoughts about the main character, about the story, because it takes me a while, right? Like, after I finish the chapter, it takes me a while to get back to do whatever I'm doing, right? It takes a while for me to get back to what I'm doing, because it's just hard. It's hard for me to get back to what I'm doing after I read a chapter of Boys Abyss. It is hard, but like I said, like after I get over it and I go back to it, and then it happens again, and I go back to it, it's just like an addiction. Like, it's an addiction to where, I know it's a bad addiction. I shouldn't be reading this, but I'm still reading it. Because I'm so addicted and I want to know what's going to happen to these characters. How is this going to end? Like, like this manga, it's very hard for me to talk about this manga. It's very hard for me to explain it to you guys. It's very hard, but I try my best to do this without going crazy. Without going crazy, because this manga, like, just explaining what this manga is about, is already messing me up. It's already messing me up. Please don't read the manga. I definitely recommend this. I recommend you guys to not read this manga, okay? Please don't read this manga. I'll do you guys a favor by explaining to you guys what this manga is about. Just don't read this manga, please. Don't read this manga. It's not good. It's not a good manga. It's not a good manga for you guys, right? This is not a good manga for you guys to read. Okay, it just isn't a good manga for you guys to read, because this dives into very realistic and very heavy themes, which I don't recommend you guys reading. I don't recommend you guys reading this manga. I don't. Okay, I don't, because, like I said, it's very dark. If, like, the characters feel so realistic that, I think that I'm pretty much gonna end it here. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't read this manga, please. If you guys have actually read this manga, are you guys gonna planning to read in this? Are you guys gonna planning to carry on reading this manga, right? Are you well, like, were you guys hoping that someone would talk about this manga? Like you guys have read the manga, like, huh? How come no one's talking about this? Yeah, I'm talking about this manga. Okay, there you go. If you guys have read this manga and are looking for a review about this manga, here you go. I gave you guys a review of this manga. If you guys have any suggestions for other manga you guys want me to talk about, any manga you guys want me to read, please tell me in the comments below. Okay, tell me in the comments below. Don't read this manga, and if you guys have read this manga, tell me your reason why. Tell me your reason as to why you read this manga. Please tell me the reason why. Because for me, I just read it because I thought the cover was cool, and then I started reading it, and like I got addicted. I got addicted. Like the first chapter that came out, I was addicted to it. Of course, I had to take a little break after every chapter because it was very hard for me to carry on reading this. Like, I don't recommend you reading this in one go. I recommend you taking breaks after each chapter. Otherwise, you guys won't be able to handle. Like, if I'm not able to handle reading one chapter and then go to the next one, you guys will never know not be able to handle it. Like, you guys will not be able to handle it. But yeah, I've already warned you guys enough. Okay, I've already warned you guys enough. That's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. I'm really bad at using my left hand.